Hello, I'm Zarina. Welcome to the Darker Hour, Static Desires. We have a very cool episode tonight. But first, I want to talk about some three events coming out that Static Desires is participating in. The first one is on June 19th. It's called Walk the Plank. It's a pirate themed event with lots of music, dance, numbers, and all that jazz. It's hosted by Domination in South Florida. It will be in West Palm Beach. Again, Saturday, June 19th. Static Desires will be there to do interviews and to basically cover the entire party. And another party coming up on Saturday, June 26th. It's called Moss. It's a dark wave Gothic industrial party. Should be a lot of fun. Communion After Dark and Static Desires will be there as well to cover the event. And finally, third thing I want to present to you guys. Some of you guys already know this, but I started a new music journal called Absinthe.space. It's basically community-run journal. There's like a few of us who are all musicians writing about our fellow musicians' music. Some high profile, some emerging, and it's really interesting. So if you guys want to check out some really cool articles about who's emerging or who's cool or who we like, check out absinthe.space. So our first music video that we're so proud to show you guys tonight is by my Darktunes label mates Omnimar. It's really cool electronic pop duo from Russia. And we're playing the music video for Feels Like Velvet, which is out of their latest record called Dark Pop, which is actually charting all over Europe right now. And it's really cool. So check out their fantastic video.
Don't leave behind you wild and wonderful and restless.
All right, so that was Omnimar, who are part of Darktunes label group, and which I'm also a part of, and they're so cool. I love Maria. She's so pretty. I want to be as pretty as Maria. But anyway, speaking of Darktunes, I am so proud to introduce you guys to my label mates, Auger. Kyle and Kieran are joining us today to talk about their music.
Hello.
Hi guys.
How are you doing? Hello.
How are you? How are
Very,
you?
very
What's
good.
up?
Very
So
good.
how's every
Well,
you guys are from the UK, right? Where
Yes,
in the UK are
that's
you?
it. So we're based in a town called Blackpool on the seafront, which is sort of the north of the UK, where all the good stuff happens. But we travel a lot around the country, but we're both based. So I think we're only based about 10 minutes from each other as well, so quite close.
So what I love about you guys is you guys are one of the very few highly prolific bands out there in like the dark wave, industrial scene. So you guys started in 2018, is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And since then you've had 3 full-length studio records
yes.
and countless shows. Like, how do you
Yes.
guys do it? Do you guys do
It
this
is.
full time? What's your secret?
It is pretty full on. But yeah, we love what we do. We love every aspect of it, from the writing the music, producing it, performing it,
yeah,
advertising it, talking to fans. Like every single part of it is enjoyable for us. So we just that and it, so it just comes quite easily. Really, we sit down in the studio within a couple
yeah.
of hours. We've got an idea that we're happy with, and yeah, so we've done 3 albums in 3 years, a host of remixes, singles as well, and I think just over 60 shows in 8 different countries, and we both work full time. So yeah, it's pretty intense, but we're both very proud of it, and there's no stopping it at all. It's only going to get more prolific, and only going to produce more
Of
stuff.
course. Yeah.
So you guys do the production together? Is there like a specific role, like someone's the writer, someone's the producer? Like how's your creative process? There are a lot of musicians
We just
watching
kind
this
of
show, and they're always curious.
we just kind of get together, don't we, and just brainstorm. We get a couple of cup of teas going, and we just start writing music, and usually get some food in at some point. But yeah, we just spend the whole night doing it. So,
Yeah, we sort of
but we have a lot of fun
normally.
doing it.
Yeah,
Have you guys
definitely.
been? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Kieran normally has the guitar around his neck as soon as he comes through the door, and I've normally got some sort of drum VST set up, and we literally just jam out some ideas, and then after about an hour and a half of procrastination and making just a lot of noise, we decide to normally like write something, whether it's sort of coming up with a bit of a synth hook that Kieran writes around, or sometimes we'll come with a riff,
Yeah,
and then we'll get it down, get it recorded, just play around with it, and the songs are written quite quickly, and then which is great, and then it sort of works out that when the song's done, we then have to actually rehearse it because we don't know how to play it because we've written it as we've been playing it. So yeah, it's an interesting process, but it's pretty much always the same, but it yields so many different results.
yeah.
So we're sticking
Do you
with it.
guys do all
But
the
it's always worked.
production, like inside, like at home, or do you guys go to the studio? Like, what's your recording process like?
It's all done at home. I have a little recording studio. It used to be in a little tiny spare room. Then it was under the stairs for a while. Then I moved house and it was in the dining room for a long time. So
That's
it
awesome.
really,
Yeah,
I just have I think we started off on a really old, dodgy computer. We use a laptop for a while. It's basically just anywhere that we are. Kieran normally comes around. I said we stick the kettle on, we get some cake,
Have you
and we write music.
So have you guys
best
been
way.
like doing this for a long time? Like you guys been friends for a while and jamming and been bands together? Like, what's your history like together?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
so
kind of
we
just met through and we did meet in another band, but then we kind of decided to like disband from there when we started like writing music together. We
yeah,
realized we had a lot of similar influences, and we just started getting on really well from there. And so yeah, ever since then, it's been just about a year longer than we've been together in Auger. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, but we both met each other through music, I say, with the other band, and it wasn't long after that we started to do the Auger stuff. But funnily enough, we actually went to the same school in the same building, and only a year apart. So it's mad how we never bumped into each other beforehand. But
I know. Yeah.
That's so great. That's so awesome. So your musical influences. First, before we get into your musical influences, talk about how you would describe your sound and your vibe. Like,
I'd say
It's
as a
hard.
whole, it's difficult because we take inspiration from so many different things, and as I mentioned before, we just write music that we like. So and we enjoy listening to it as well because we've written it because we like it. So, and we like so many different styles of music, it sort of lends itself to being a very sort of advantageous sort of genre, a mix of my influence with the 80s and the electronic stuff to Kieran's influence with the metal. And then sometimes I swap over the two, and it's whatever we're listening to at the time always finds its way into the production as well. So it's a big blend. It's all sort of smothered with a nice sort of generous helping of darkness and depressing lyrics. So it's sort of, no matter how happy the song is or how it turns out, there's always something for the goths in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love the
sprinkle.
combination. Yeah, I love the combination of like there's synthy, dark wave-ish, like aspect to it, but then there's also a metal aspect to it. Like, and I'm all about that. I've always loved combining like metal-esque proggy sound with a lot of that electro, dark pop-ish type of sound. But speaking of dark pop, dark wave, dark electro, I just want to really quickly show this video called "A Haunted Place" by this group called Kill Shelter in Antipole. I believe they're two separate groups, and they just collaborated for this one particular new track, and the video looks really, really awesome. And what I really like about these guys is that they each seem to be really, really seasoned musicians who've been doing this for quite some time. And I just love seeing that. They're a little older than us, but they're really, really cool. And I love I love seeing older musicians who are still doing and rocking it, and they're so cool. So let's go check it out. That was really, really cool. I
That
kind
was
of
brilliant.
matched
Yeah.
the theme because I'm wearing skeletons, and I don't know if you guys can see it. Death
Nice.
theme sweater.
Nice,
It's my
very good.
birthday sweater. See, I thought they were really cool because, I just turned 40 years old. So I'm hoping I still have like a long time in music.
No way.
Well, I mean, it's testament. They obviously must enjoy what they do and enjoy being creative. And yeah, absolutely. There's no age limit on that whatsoever. I mean, Johnny Cash was still writing music in his 70s and stuff. So yeah, go for it. And that song was great. It reminded me of The Cure, "Lament," an unknown song. It has that same sort of like guitar driven through it, almost like a hybrid between that Project Pitchfork on the vocals and then like a Clan of Zymox undertone throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was really good, really strong.
I thought it was also really stylish. I'm a designer by trade. That's like my real job. But so I'm a sucker for aesthetic, style. Like, musicians should really, really present themselves stylistically, visually, and who's got like a nice DNA code with how, like, with their branding. And I love you guys because you guys definitely have that. And your new music video, Dark Clouds, really exhibit a lot of that. It has like, it's so vibey. It also like it's so visually driven. It's really, really cool. So tell us about the song and the music video. Now you guys created it.
Yeah, the song was obviously written through first lockdown, I think it was. I lose track of how many there's been. And yeah, it sort of came about. It was one of those songs where everything happened really quickly. It was a very I had an idea for a melody, and then I put it down, and then an idea for everything else came along, and it just sort of like snowballed into a really good song. And then just when I thought it was brilliant, I was really pleased with it. Kieran came around, plugged in the guitar, and totally just transformed it to the next level, adding in stuff that I never would have thought of. Like, you did that harmonic in that second verse, which is like my favorite part of the whole song, and it just all sort of came about. And obviously, when we were still in lockdowns, we knew that getting help to do a video was going to be tricky. So the concept of that was to create something that we could do ourselves. So I had this idea that we could film on the beach because it's quite desolate, so we wouldn't need anyone to sort of keep guard. We could do it at half speed, so slow motion. So if any sort of camera shakes from us, because we're not not filmmakers, it would sort of settle those out and stuff. So, and also it was quite a simple concept, but it was interesting throughout the whole sort of 5 minutes that the song lasts for. So it was very much sort of a brainchild. It's very pleased with it. I'm very pleased with the reaction as well. It's been really positive. So that's all we can ask for.
It was beautiful. I mean, the fact that you guys are not really filmmakers, as you say, and the fact that you guys use a phone camera, I thought it's brilliant. It looks so professional, and I mean, I was like, wow, like my impression was like these guys know what they're doing. But it was really impressive.
If any band knows how to make a serious budget video using a phone, I think we've got it pretty much nailed, because I don't think there's been a video that hasn't been with a phone or done totally by ourselves. The only one that wasn't was an animation that someone else did. So all the other videos were just a phone on a tripod and then just me dicking around with the editing.
Yeah, it was great because it was like all slow-mo. It was slow motion. It was in time, and just the way it moves. It was so beautiful.
That was a real event, because the idea that I pitched it from Coldplay, their video for Yellow, where basically you speed the track up by double, and then you then perform it double speed, and then half it, 60 frames per second into 30, which was not so bad for me, because the singing is like fast talking. Didn't even comprehend how hard that would be for Kieran, having to do something twice.
That's great. Yeah. It's hard once, it depends also what tempo you're usually at, and then you double the speed and then you slow it down by half speed to get that perfect sync, and it's still slow motion.
220, I think it was in the end, and you were already playing like 16 notes on the third verse.
Wow,
it's like really fast. It was fun though. It was a good experience to do that.
Yeah,
it was
definitely
very
learned the
cold.
song after it. Yeah.
But you Also, another thing, you guys look so stylish. Like, did you style yourselves, right? Like, you guys put together your
Yeah,
outfits and your costumes and
absolutely.
all
Yeah.
that. It's
Well,
really
we thought
cool.
it's we're only two people, and we're trying to fill stages that are far bigger than us and far bigger than we'll ever
Yeah.
be. So in order to help do that, we make sure that the songs sound as big as possible, and we make sure that the outfits, whatever we're wearing, is matched. And the best we can do, we had like custom tailcoats and stuff for the first album, and also we've gone for this more like subtle design now. But it's really important to sort of make the most. There's only two people on stage, so to try and entertain an audience, it's important for us to sort of milk every opportunity to get a little bit more excitement out of what we're doing.
Well, you
Yeah.
guys did a fantastic job, and it's like, it is a talent to make something so big and beautiful, like, with limitations, and it
Yeah,
actually makes you really creative, which is really the best part of being a DIY musician, DIY artist, and producer, is that you just get creative, and then you figure out,
Yeah.
oh wow, I can do these things. Like,
Yeah. It's
without
very
further
eye-opening.
ado, let's take a look at the video.
yes, let's do that.
Here we go.
to wash away the sin. There's something inside me that calls you, and it's calling you tonight.
That was fantastic.
Oh, I know, right? It's brilliant.
It was really, I mean, that was quite an experience. It was really beautiful, and
Oh, I'm glad you
you
like
guys
it.
rock.
Thank
I
you.
love the guitar. So, what kind of Ibanez was that? I'm a guitar girl, by the way, despite of all the synths that you see in the back. I'm a guitar girl. I love guitars. I can't play it as well as a lot of people when I try, but yeah, is that your main axe?
Yeah, for
Ibanez.
now that's been. Feel like I'm not sure exactly what model it is, but I got it a few years ago after like a bit of an incident with my last guitar where it had like a Floyd Rose and the string it started fraying away at the string every time. So I went out and got that, and I've never been happier with a guitar, to be fair. And it was, I've just been using it ever since, and it's been on pretty much all the tracks for a good few years now, I think.
I love it. I love guitars and its combination. I'm like in that mind space right now. Like, it's a nice juxtaposition of sounds, when you're a lot of electronic music, they're doing all these arpeggiated bass lines, and then like adding they usually use just regular synths on top for the top lines, but then bring in a guitar, like a metal riff over that. It sounds so fresh, and it sounds really, really cool. And I'm a sucker for that. So
That's good.
you guys are also on the Hard Pop Volume 1 compilation, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
What song did you guys cover?
We covered "Blinding Lights" by The Weeknd. We were debating between that and Gwen Stefani because we'd done a cover of Gwen Stefani before. But we thought we'd just try and do something totally different. And Kieran and I both loved the track. I think Kieran suggested it a while back to do a bit of a cover of it. So the opportunity came to cover it and get it released. So we're like, yeah, we're all over that. And again, it was one of those ones that just, I think because we thought about it so much, it just came together so quickly because we knew exactly
That's
how
really
we wanted
awesome.
to sound. Yeah,
That's really
That was
awesome.
absolutely
Here's my
incredible.
actual question though, for real. Okay, so really quickly, guys. So Darktunes is releasing a compilation called Hard Pop Volume 1, and basically had almost the entire Darktunes bands doing covers of popular, mainstream music. I think the top 100 hits or something the last 2 decades. But
Yeah.
I end up covering Radioactive by Imagine Dragons because I just really love that song. And so you guys did The Weeknd Blinding Lights. And here's my question, right? And this is a loaded question. Are you guys actual mainstream pop music listeners?
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a weird one. As I've always had this sort of ethic. There is no like bad idea, and there is no bad song. A good song is a good song, regardless of what genre it is or what category it falls into, who's performing it or whatever. If a song is good, it's good. There shouldn't be any sort of qualms outside of that. So as long as they don't listen to the pop charts or anything sort of popular music, like go out my way to, if it comes on and it's a good song, I will then listen to it. It's just I have so much music to listen to that tends to be the last thing. I don't like check the charts to see what's there, but I'll certainly, if something comes on and I like it, then I'll add it to my list of songs that I like and give it a listen.
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
really
I got it.
very diplomatic response, and I applaud that. No, because we're technically part of the whole underground electronic, rock scene, and and there's always that power struggle between, like, what's cool, like, underground or mainstream. And so I always ask this question, and I think
Yeah,
Raph from Darktunes, like, really posed a challenge to a lot of the bands, because when I was going through that list, and I was like, wow, I actually I was not familiar with like maybe 90% of the songs,
Yeah.
on that list. I mean, and the one that I gravitated to was probably one of the most obscure ones, actually, and I didn't even know that was a top 100 hit, Radioactive.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's worth paying attention to what's out there and doing popular. Like, fair enough, we're in an underground scene, but if you ignore what people enjoy and what's doing well, then I think you're missing a trick there, because there might be something. There's a reason why those songs do well, and there's a lot to learn, particularly from a production point of view, from these songs. Because as much as some of them aren't amazing, but the production is absolutely outstanding, and there's some things in there that they spend so much
Absolutely.
time on the smallest bits. So it's, the ideas you can take from it are just endless, really.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what's next for Auger? You guys have a new record coming out anytime soon, or you have
Yeah.
tours or shows?
That'd be good.
Tell us about it.
we have more singles lined up. We need to get around to making the videos for them, but there are plenty lined up with the scope for them to be sort of a glorified EP at the end of that. And yeah, and then in the meantime, there's plenty of shows lined up. Obviously, COVID permitting. There's one in 3 weeks. We just did one the other weekend. That was like a sit down COVID friendly gig. And then there's some more abroad towards the end of the year. So there's very much sort of business as usual as soon as the restrictions lift. More gigs, more music, and more experiences.
Are you guys just gigging within the UK? You're hitting EU anytime soon, like in the next round?
Yeah, we do most of our gigs in the EU. Obviously, I'll say the B word. Post Brexit, it is slightly more of a challenge. But we have them lined up. We've got a festival in Germany in August. We've got Switzerland in November. We've got and I feel like there's more. There's another German. There's 2 more German ones, in fact, towards the end of the year, and then also a host of UK ones as well. So there's quite a good spread, probably about 50-50 between the UK and Europe.
Yeah, well, awesome.
Just to get us back on our feet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah, I'm like really looking forward. Well, I hope to catch one of. Are you guys coming to Spain anytime soon?
Oh, we'd love to be fair. We should do.
Can we do a show in Spain together? I'd love to play with you guys.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
All over
Let's
that.
do it.
I love
Alright.
Spain, so I'd love to go there and play a show.
Spain is awesome. Barcelona, Madrid, they have like a really, really awesome music scene. And I'm really looking forward to just like, exploring it more and getting to know everyone. So
yeah, definitely.
You guys have any final words for the audience and your fans?
Thank you for listening to us ramble on for half an hour, and for giving my ability to not shut up. And yeah, thanks for the support with the new single. Keep streaming it on and downloading it, all that good stuff. And yeah, there it is, popping up on the screen. So and keep your eyes peeled for plenty more stuff coming your way very, very soon. And just keep being awesome.
Yeah, everyone make sure to follow Auger on Twitter, on Instagram, and all social media. And Kyle and Kieran, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for putting us in and all the magic that you guys do. Yeah, and let's check in with Trish. Trish, what's going on?
Thank you, Zarina. I'm going to be showing some more great music videos in a minute, but first I wanted to let you guys know of some events coming up. So we have an event coming up at Voltaire, and it is going to be the Walk the Plank pirate-themed fetish event from Submission South Beach. And it's the birthday celebration of Sinia Fox, who's in the photo here. I also took this photo. So we're going to be celebrating her birthday. It's going to be a great time. If you guys have never been and you're local, you should definitely check it out. Coming up on the 26th is Mass at Respectable Street Cafe. It's one of my favorite places to go to hear great music and see great DJs perform. And we are actually going to be filming at these events, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be amazing. So up next, I'm going to be bringing out an amazing band from South Africa called Terminatryx.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Oh, it's our pleasure.
Good to be back and chat with you again.
Yes. Thank you. So what have you been up to? I know that you all have been putting out some great things onto your YouTube, onto social media. So what is the most recent project that you've all been working on?
We did a couple of things. We did another version of our virus song, aptly titled "Virus: The Third Wave," since we're pretty much heading into that here in South Africa.
That's right.
And this is the third version of our virus song. We had the original version, then a remix, and now this third take on it. It just seemed we just could not do it. And we also we released that about a month or two ago, and then we also did a cover version of Typo Negative's Black Number One for World Goth Day.
Yes. I'm a huge fan of Typo Negative, so I really have been wanting to do that for quite some time. So the World Goth Day was the fabulous opportunity to do it.
Yeah, definitely the appropriate day. And I have to say, it's not an easy task for a female vocalist to cover a Typo Negative track. And I think that the fact that you did it unplugged, and you even had the lighting correctly, you know, green and all of your black. I think you did a fabulous job. I love it. I really love it.
Thank you. We've never really done anything unplugged before. We did one song, Tabloid Android. We did an unplugged version on our remix album in 2011. So this is actually the first full unplugged song that we've ever done, and it was a matter of days. We just realized, shit, it's World Goth Day in like 5 days. We have to do something. So we just banged it all out in a couple of days. So yeah, it was hectic, but
it's the World Goth Day anthem, if you will. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Nice work. Now, not only have you done that, but you also recently did your May Day performance on May 1st, which was fantastic. I love the track list that you all chose, and the performance was amazing as well. It really made me want to see you live even more than I already do.
Oh, wow.
It was very, very well done. So not only that, but I know that you have posted some things about the South African Horror Fest. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, we started the festival in 2005, so this is our 17th edition this year. Yeah, we love horror movies, sci-fi movies, and we just no one has done that here ever, and we just decided that we'll have to do it. I mean, we make movies ourselves, so we also had some stuff that we wanted to get screened somewhere, but there was just no platform for it. So
yes,
we just decided to create it ourselves.
We made a movie in 2000. Paul made a movie in 2005, and we had nowhere to screen it. So that was actually the impetus for creating a platform, and then from there it just sort of it took off. And
knowing that, you know, if we did this, there should be some other people also making weird little horror, strange movies that they'd like to screen somewhere, so there could be a space for them to do that. And I mean, across the years, it's just expanded so much that, I mean, it used to be just a couple of South African movies and some international ones. Now it's majority international short films, feature films. We get far too many submissions to screen everything. So we have to, unfortunately, you know, be very picky and just picking the best ones. And we get some great movies from all over the world. And people have grown to respect the festival as a viable horror festival to send their productions to. Yeah, I also think that people tend to not sort of associate Africa and South Africa with that genre, which you normally just get sort of politically motivated things coming from us. So it's nice when we can actually show that there are some very, very cool talent in South Africa in that genre. And the same thing with our music as well. It's our music and our movie tastes, it's all very niche and very alternative. So it's that's just the way we do everything, I guess.
Yeah, I think you're definitely living embodiments of the fact that there is definitely a lot of creativity coming out of South Africa. So I'm glad to see it. Now, I'm going to be showing a music video from a band called Red Industrie, and then we're going to be showing your music video. So this is going to be the music video for Without a Light from Red Industrie. All right, so that was video 4, Without a Light. So that band is actually really interesting. They've done a lot of cool remixes, and they're on Pure Records, and I actually picked up a record recently. It's a small record of them, and this is my first time buying this size. So it's it's a really cool record. So.
Yeah, no, we grew up with 7 inches.
Yeah.
No, that was good.
Sonya's
Sonya's a sucker for prominent synths.
Oh yes.
So she likes that kind of thing.
That was definitely my cup of tea.
She always wants us to push more of it to Terminatryx, but I like more of the heavy guitar, so we sort of have to balance things out.
Yeah. Right. I love the guitar display behind you as well. That's really nice.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite, Paul? Do you have a favorite guitar from all of your guitars?
It's I prefer the way some of them look, but then I prefer the way some of them sound. So it's odd. I think the V. I like the sound of the V, the Jackson V. Also like the look of the flame job, the Epiphone. I think just see the bottom of it over there. That was my very first guitar I bought in, what year was this? 2006,
I think.
About 2005, yeah.
Yeah.
But we've just been collecting guitars because it's like artwork. You don't need to really play it. It's just there. It's like a piece of art.
Exactly.
All right. We only have space to display 4. The rest are all on the deck.
Yeah.
We can't get them all out. There are too many of them.
So let's go ahead and show your music video for the Unplugged Black No. 1 cover. But first, there's typo negative. Sonia, you could be his sister, I swear.
Yeah. I actually
gets that a lot.
I get that very often. I actually have people calling me Pete Steele's sister, so
that's a great
She doesn't mind.
I don't mind it.
Yeah. And I love how your voice resonates with the song in a different way than we've heard from the original track, so it's great. And how did you all get together and organize the version of the song together with the band?
We just, we all know the song.
Yes. I guess
decade,
I just needed a reason to do it. I've been wanting to do it forever, and that was the perfect opportunity. So I'd sort of instructed the band members. They didn't really have much of a choice, and the gentleman playing the keyboard is actually a very good friend of ours and our GPs, our doctor.
Perfect.
And we roped him in because we needed someone to play keyboard. So
you can't leave that part out of the song.
No, you can't.
So we needed the extra person. But we just sat down and just figured it out and just banged it out.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play the Black No. 1 Unplugged version by Terminatryx.
She likes the dark, and on her milk white neck, the devil's mark. Now it's All Hallows Eve, the moon is full. Will she trick or treat? I bet she will. She She's got a date at midnight with Nosferatu. Baby Lily Monster ain't got nothing on you. But when I called her evil, she just left. Cast that spell on me for witchcraft. Yeah, you wanna go out 'cause it's raining and blowing. You can't go out 'cause your boots are showing. Dying black, dying black. Black, 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 number one. She does black, 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 number one. Loving you, loving you. Love, love, babe, you was like loving the dead. Loving you was like loving the dead. Loving you was like loving the dead. Loving you was like loving the dead. Was like loving the dead. Was like loving the dead. Was like loving the dead.
Love it. Love it.
It was nice to do. I enjoyed doing it.
And also the Sonia, for my birthday, Sonia bought me that acoustic bass guitar. So that's the first time it actually did some work.
Yeah, I got some action. That's great.
Yeah.
You all are so you do so well with your covers that you do. I know when we were first introduced to you, you actually did an 80s cover, you know, Obsession, yeah. And you always kill the covers that you do. Do you ever get inspired to do covers, but then you're like thinking, I don't know if I want to do this cover? Or do you just take it all on?
Sometimes you feel that you might damage the song. You don't want the sort of disciples of the band to hate you for destroying their song. But I think if it's something that we really feel passionate about, we just do it. We try our best and we just put all our effort into it and we do it.
but we also have to like the songs, and I mean we've got such a wide musical taste.
Yeah.
And growing up in the 80s, we know so many 80s songs that it's actually difficult to pick. So we'll it's just we don't want to do too many, because then it becomes a bit of a thing. That's why we started that O Positive project of ours, to do just if we want to do any cover we want whenever we want. So that's the plan for that.
Yeah.
But we want to be more selective with Terminatrix covers.
Yeah, that's a great way to tackle that, because then you can kind of just do the covers as you go in between, doing your Terminatrix performances and songs and your own thing. So I love that you guys are still doing all the covers as well. It's really cool. So and before we go, just want to see what your plans are for the next few, for the later part of this year. Do you have any plans to perform if possible, or?
We might have a live opportunity actually performing for a very limited audience coming up. It's still in the pipeline. It's not a definite. We might have that coming up. It's like a private thing. And then we would like to do something similar to our May Day, but with a wider range of our songs, not just new ones.
May Day was mainly the newer songs.
That's right.
So we want to do a set with some of the old favorites as well.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice. Well, we're looking forward to seeing anything and everything that you decide to do. And when we leave here, we're going to be showing your May Day performance in its entirety. So thank you so much, Paul, and thank you so much, Sonia from Terminatryx.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's lovely to speak to you again.
You as well.
Cheers.
Bye.
hostage. Our fate is tied to their control. We are the ones who hold power. We see the blackness of the souls, forever tied to their obsessions, forever doomed out of the light. Bereft self-realization, blindfolded we are sent to fight. Get up, destroy the fear, the ploy. Get up, release the power, the peace. We are pieces of playfield. We are the legion with pawns. Only movement of masses can take the night into the dawn. Take down hate, take down the leaders. Forsake the hate, reject the law. Pick up the cause and join the legion. Become the fire, be the fall. Get up, destroy the fear, the ploy. Set up, repeat. Victory, defeat. fawn. Politicians, bitch till dawn. No hard currency, hard luck, you're born. Cells and data, ripped and torn. Crossing veins, a sullen fall. Fiber optic strains, no borders, no walls. The virus is us. Digital electrodes and users and abusers. We sit and watch as it goes, both beggars and the choosers. The dead and wise, the rich and poor, united in equal demise. It's domination ensured. Infection, infection. Virus. You are the virus. I'm the virus. The virus in us. Virus. You are the virus. I'm the virus. The virus is us. Virus. 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 The virus is us.
Thank you so much for watching Static Desires. Thanks Serena, and thank you Darktunes, and also Pure Synth Records. Have a great night. If you have any videos that you'd like to submit or see on our show, feel free to email them to staticrealms@outlook.com. I'm Electrish, and thank you for watching Static Desires. Good night.